We already talked about what is the relation between radian and degree. So in this video, what we are going to do, we are going to do some practice questions, how to convert from degree to radian and from radian to degree. So if you remember, if I want to convert any angle from degree to radian, what do? I multiply by pi over 180. But if I want to convert any angle from radian to degree, I multiply by 180 degrees over pi. Now, in order to explain this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to consider some examples. So my example is convert 30 degrees into radian. Convert 30 degrees into radian. So we all know that if I want to convert from radian to degree, I multiply by pi over 180. So I will write 30 degrees, that is given, that is equal to 30 degrees times pi over 180. Right? If I simplify this, what will happen? 30 times 1 is 1, and then 30 times 6 is 180. So what did I get? I got pi over 6. What I'm going to do, I'm going to create a table. I'm going to create a table. So the first box that I have is degree. The second box or the second column that I have, I'm using for radian. So first column is degree, second column is radian. So you can see 30 degrees is what? Pi over 6 radian. So I'm going to write it here. 30 degrees is pi over 6 radian. Alright? Now let's move on to next. What if I have to convert 45 degrees into radian? What will I do? I will do 45 degrees times pi over 180, and if I simplify, I will get pi over 4. So I will write my 45 degree is equal to pi over 4 radian. Alright? Okay. Now, how about 60? If I want to convert 60 degrees into radian, what will I do? 60 degrees equal to 60 degree times pi over 180. And we all know 60 times 1 is 60. And 60 times 3 is what? 180. So what did I get? Pi over 3. So I can write here my 60 degree is equal to pi over 3. Alright? Now, how about 90 degrees? If I have an angle 90 degrees, I'll write 90 degrees times pi over 180, which is of course pi over 2. Why? Because 90 times 1 is 90 and 90 times 2 is 180. So I got pi over 2. So 90 degree is pi over 2 radian. Let's do one more and then we will convert from radian to degree. Now the next one is, let's talk about 120 degrees. So 120 degrees like what? I'm going to multiply 120 by pi over 180. 60 times 3 is 180 and 60 times 2 is 120. So I got 2 pi over 3. So I can write 120 degrees is 2 pi over 3. And if you remember, we already talked about 180 degrees, which is what? Pi radian. And then I'm going to add one more right here at the bottom, which is 360 degrees. And we all know 360 is what? 2 pi. So this is the table that converts from degree to radian. Now let's consider an example. How do I convert from radian to degree? So if my example is convert 3 pi to degree, because this is in radian and I want to convert in degree. So what will I do? I will write 3 pi, that is equal to 3 pi times. How do I convert from radian to degree? Oh, pretty simple. If I want to convert from radian to degree, my rule is I need to multiply by 180 degrees over pi. So I'm writing 3 pi is equal to 3 pi times, I'm converting from radian to degree, so then I will multiply this by 180 degrees over pi. Now look at this. I can easily cancel my pi with pi, and what is left? 3 times 180 degrees, and 3 times 180 is 540 degrees. So if I want to convert 3 pi, or I should say, if I want to write 3 pi in terms of degree, then 3 pi will be 540 degrees. Now, let's consider one more example. So suppose I want to convert pi over 18 into degree. So what I will do, I will write pi over 18 is equal to pi over 18, it's in radian, times, when I convert from radian to degree, I multiply by 180 times pi. So I will write 180 degrees over pi. And as you can see, I can cancel my pi with pi. And what is left? I am left with 180 degrees over 18. And 180 over 18 is what? 10 degrees. So pi over 18 is basically what? 10 degrees. So as you can see, if I follow my rule to convert from degree to radian by multiplying pi over 180 and converting the unit from, or the angle from radian to degree by multiplying 180 degree over pi, we can easily convert any angle from radian to degree and degree to radian. And this is how we can establish the relation between radian and degree, and we can also convert angles from degree to radian and from radian to degree.